Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carmen. Welcome. So your guardian angels and spirit guides are always sending you signs, and they're always sending you messages to show you that they are trying to communicate with you. And so the reason they'll send you a number 3 times, like in 555 and 444, is because that is more likely to get your attention than just sending you one number, right? So often they will send you numbers in duplicates. And that's because they're trying to get a message across to you, and they're trying to communicate something to you. And they're trying to get your attention. And your guardian angels and spirit guides are always sending you signs, all kinds of messages, not just numbers. But the numbers, often people pay attention to that because it's so obvious and it really gets their attention. So we're going to talk about what some of these repeating numbers, also known as angel numbers, might be in terms of you being upgraded. So if you're seeing some of these numbers, then you might be in the process of being upgraded right now. And I'm going to tell you what area you might be upgraded in. Now, if you want to find out what the meaning of these numbers is in terms of love, I've done videos on all of these numbers and what they could potentially mean in terms of love and relationships. So check out those videos. I'll put a link to my repeating number playlist where you can find all of those videos, and I'll put a link to it below. But in this video, we're just going to talk about what these numbers might mean in terms of you being upgraded. Because right now, I don't know if you know this, but there's a huge ascension happening on the planet. And a lot of people are waking up. They're starting to question their purpose in life, why we are here, what's the purpose of my being here, and just starting to realize that there is a huge spiritual, energetic world that surrounds us. Even though we can't see it, it's there. So I'm going to put timestamps below to each one of these repeating numbers that you might be seeing if you are being upgraded right now. So the first number that I want to get into is seeing 555. Now this is a very important number when it comes to upgrades, and I'm going to explain to you why that is. So typically when you see 555, it could signify that a huge change and transformation is going to be happening in your life. Something that is unexpected, something that could be a surprise to you. But in terms of you being upgraded, if you're seeing 555, it could mean that you are being upgraded from the 3rd dimension into the 5th dimension. So in the 5th dimension, that is the dimension that your spirit guides live in. So in that dimension, they see the bigger purpose of everything. And they're always there guiding you and helping you. And they see everything. They see why you're here and everything that happens to you. And they know that everything that happens to you is happening for a reason. Okay, we come down here because we have contracts with people. We have already kind of arranged everything before we are born. And we kind of, we arrange everything so that everything will kind of happen in certain ways so that we can fulfill our purpose in life and our mission. And that means that all of the good things and the bad things that happen to you in life, your spirit guides in the 5th dimension can see the purpose to all of that. So when you're seeing 555, it can mean that you need to step out of the 3rd dimension, the reality that you currently live in, and step into the 5D. Your guardian angels and spirit guides are urging you to step into the 5D and to see everything the way it is for what it really is, right? To see the purpose behind everything. They want you to just transcend this 3rd dimension that we live in and step into a new reality, a completely different reality, because once you start to see things for what they really are and the purpose of everything, you are able to manifest things so much more easily because things don't affect you as much, right? You don't react to everything because you know that, okay, maybe this is happening because I have a contract with this person and we signed up for this, and things aren't going the way I want them to because this is just part of the plan that I signed up for. But I know that it's going to bring me something even greater. I'm just being challenged right now so that I can receive something that is more than I could ever have even imagined. And it can also mean that you are being upgraded into this. So you are going through this transition. You are moving from the 3D into the 5D. If you want to find out more about the 5D and 5D consciousness, I'll put a link to that video below, and I talk about what 5D is. In that video, it's called The Great Awakening. Check that video out. It's basically the fifth dimension, and it's a dimension that is beyond our dimension. It's a dimension where things just flow and things happen so easily, and you're able to manifest things so quickly and easily because you're not tied down to this world that we live in. You're not reacting to everything because you know that everything is happening in your favor and working in your favor to help you, even if it doesn't seem like that. You're ascending, you're moving into that 5D consciousness. So your body, of course, is going to stay in the 3D, but your state of being and your state of mind is moving into the 5D, and you're starting to awaken. You're starting to become aware of this, and things are going to start to get a lot easier for you. You'll be able to manifest things so much quicker and more easily because your state of consciousness has changed. And you're starting to see that the universe is working with you and in your favor and not against you. This is the one that I've seen the most for so many years. I would see this number and I could never figure out why I kept seeing it. And then when I was ready, my guardian angels and spirit guides communicated to me that what 555 meant to me is that I was being upgraded into the 5D. And a lot of times I would see that number 555 when I was in a situation where I was in the 3D and not seeing the purpose, of everything, and just kind of stuck in this third dimensional reality. And so I would see that number as a reminder to them that, it's time to step into the 5D. You know about the fifth dimension, you know so much about it, but you need to start stepping into it more consistently, and you are going to be, and we're going to help you to do that. So now we're going to talk about 9/11. Are you seeing 911? This is another big one that indicates you are being upgraded as a light worker. So I would always see this number 9/11 before I decided to start a spiritually based side business. So I was just going about my life and working in my career as a speech language pathologist. If you don't know what that is, we are people that work with people who have communication disorders, from things like apraxia and aphasia and dysarthria and autism. So basically people who have trouble communicating or swallowing for all kinds of medical reasons and medical conditions. And it's a very science-based profession, and you have to have a Master of Science degree in order to perform this type of work. So that's the world that I came from, very science-based, very research-oriented. And, for me, if there wasn't studies or some sort of scientific evidence to prove something, then I didn't want to believe it. But then I had my spiritual awakening, and I started to become aware of this spiritual world, this energetic world that's all based on energy, that is basically occurring simultaneously with our physical world. So I really started to wake up and start to become aware of my guardian angels and spirit guides and ways that they were trying to communicate with me. And I was really getting into it, but I wasn't stepping up as a light worker. So if you're watching this video, if you watch my channels, you are probably a light worker. And a light worker is somebody who came down onto this planet at this time to help with the transition of the planet, to help with the ascension that we are going through. And, the world is going from basically being asleep to awake. And a lot of people are starting to wake up and have spiritual awakenings. And the light workers basically have come down at this time to basically heed the call and help with the ascension of the earth, and to help get into these spiritual things, to help raise the vibration of the planet as we transition into the energetic era. So I knew in my heart that I was a light worker, but I wasn't really heeding the call. So I was doing this as a hobby, but I wasn't really using it to help other people. And so I kept seeing 9/11 everywhere. And basically, it was my guardian angels and spirit guides telling me that you're being upgraded as a light worker. You need to step into this. This is what you were born to do. It's your time. It's your time to finally become the light worker that you were born to be. And to move from it just being a hobby to something that you're doing that is actually helping other people and helping other people to wake up also. So this is a common one that a lot of light workers will see when they're being encouraged to step into their power as a light worker and to take on the position that they were born to be. 9 is a very spiritual number, and 11 is a very spiritual number as well. They're both very psychic numbers. 9 is a very humanitarian number. 11 is the number of the medium and the spiritual messenger. So when you combine them together, it means you are a spiritual messenger. And you were born to help humanity at this time with this spiritual message. And take it to another level. Take it to a global level where you're starting to really help people on a much bigger scale. So you could be seeing this if you've been thinking about doing some sort of spiritually based work. Maybe you're doing it as a hobby like I was doing, but Spirit kind of wants you to start, doing it maybe as a side business and then eventually even doing it more than that, right? So you might see this when you're about to be upgraded to that level. So you might not even see this coming. It might be a complete surprise to you that, you might be thinking, oh, I'm never going to do something spiritually based. That's never going to happen. And that's kind of the way I thought, But then when I started seeing 9/11, it was kind of a sign to me that, oh, you are being upgraded. You are going to start doing this, not just as a hobby, but as a side business. And, eventually it will become even more. So that was their way of telling me that I was being upgraded and it was going to happen for me. And so it could be a sign that it is going to happen, or it is currently happening for you as well. I also wanted to add that this does not have to be something that is spiritually based. 11 is also the number of the counselor and the healer and the illuminator. So just helping the world in some sort of way. And by being yourself, you will be bringing illumination and you will be bringing healing to other people. And you don't even have to do this on a big scale. Yes, 9 is a global number and it represents the world and all of humanity. But it's the number that's all about helping people. So just being helpful and healing to the people that are within your life, that could just be enough. And that can be what you're being asked and upgraded to do. And like I said, this does not have to be spiritual. Now, another common sign that you're being upgraded is seeing 11/11. Now, when you see 11/11, often that means that you are going to have a spiritual awakening, or you are about to have a spiritual awakening. 11, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a doorway, like a gateway or a portal into another reality, into another dimension. So often when you see 11/11, it means that you are going to have a spiritual awakening, or you're already in the process of having one. So you're being upgraded completely on a spiritual level. And many times when you see 11/11, it really does mean that that is a portal that is being activated for you. Right at the second that you see that number, a portal is being opened and activated for you. So step right through, be confident, be positive, and step right through that portal. And the world is just going to start to open up so much for you as you go down the road of this spiritual awakening that you're about to have. Now, when you see 11/11, 11 can also be the sign of the twin flame. So sometimes when you see this number, it can also mean that you're being upgraded on the path of the twin flame. So you're going to meet your twin flame, or you've already met your twin flame, and that's a sign that that is your twin flame. And often when we meet our twin flame, the twin flame is kind of like the catalyst for a spiritual awakening. And so that could also be an upgrade as well. Basically, it's telling you that an upgrade is going to be happening for you, either in the future or it's already underway. 333 often represents the Christ consciousness. So what the Christ consciousness is, it's the awareness that we are all one, we are all connected. 333 is also the number of the Ascended Masters. And when you see this number, it can mean that the Ascended Masters are with you and they are helping you to upgrade. They are upgrading you to become more cohesive. So they are upgrading you to be more cohesive in terms of the spirit, the soul, and the body. So that is the Trinity, right? Those are the three things that make up basically a human. That's what you are. You are spirit, a soul, and a body. So when you see 333, it can mean that there's been a lack of cohesiveness between your soul, your spirit, and your body. But the Ascended Masters or your guardian angels and spirit guides are helping you to become more cohesive in those areas, those three areas that make up who you are. So maybe these have not been in balance before, and so you've experienced difficulties with certain things because there has been an imbalance that you weren't aware of. But now that is being fixed. You are becoming more balanced. You are becoming more cohesive. Your soul, your spirit, and your body are starting to become one. And once this happens, once you become more cohesive, then the world will open up for you and you'll be able to create whatever you want. 3 is an extremely creative number. And through the process of becoming more cohesive with these 3 elements, you are going to be upgraded to the point where you will be able to create whatever you want. And that means creating your own reality, creating the life and the things you've always wanted. So if you're seeing this number, it could be that that process is starting to happen for you. 444 is often considered the number of the angels. And when you see this number, it can often represent that your guardian angels are with you at the very moment that you see that. So it's kind of just a way to comfort you and to let you know that even though you can't see them, they are there and they are supporting you. And often, like in difficult times, you might see that number. Kind of is just a way to comfort you and let you know that they're by your side even though you can't see them. So that is the traditional meaning of the number 444. And when you see that number, you're being encouraged to give your worries and your concerns away to your guardian angels. Give them your concerns and your worries, whatever you're worried about. Just tell them. Tell them to take it away from you. And do this 500 times a day if you have to. As many times as it takes for them to get in there and just clean up the mess for you. When you see this number, you're being upgraded with their energy. They're surrounding you with comforting, healing, supportive energy. And whatever it is that you're worried and concerned about, if you give your worries and your concerns to them and ask them to transmute that energy into positive energy, then your whole life will become upgraded. Try to think of your guardian angels as the cleanup crew. So they're there to just clean up the mess of whatever it is that is going on in your life. And so they're just sitting around and they're waiting for you to ask them for help. So do it. When you see that number, they're encouraging you. They're encouraging you to just give your concerns to them. Let them take care of it. Let them be the cleanup crew. And by you doing that as many times as you have to every single day, they are going to be upgrading you and upgrading your energy in so many ways that you can't even imagine. And they are working behind the scenes in your favor, doing things, pulling strings for you, doing all kinds of things that you could never even imagine. They're doing that behind the scenes just for you and helping to upgrade your life. So often you will see that number when you start to become worried and concerned about something. Now you know exactly what to do. 666 really has gotten a bad reputation. But this number can also mean that you are being upgraded. So traditionally, when you see the number 666, it can mean that there's some area of your life that you might be imbalanced in. 6 is a number of balance. So there could be an area of your life that you've become imbalanced in, right, that needs to be balanced. However, 666, in terms of being upgraded, can also mean that when you see that number, you are being reminded that you are an alchemist. So we're here in the 3rd dimension, but in the 6th dimension, that is the dimension of the alchemist. And those are the people that put reality together and create things. And when you see that number, it's kind of like reminding you that you are your own alchemist. You create your life, you create your reality and your experiences. You are the creator. And at this very moment, you are so powerful, and you have the ability to shape and completely change your entire future. And so it could be that they want you to know that your ability to be an alchemist and a creator of your own reality and your own destiny is being upgraded at this time. You are going to have more power in this area. You're going to become more aware of it. You're going to become the alchemist. And your ability to manifest things is going to be increased. And you're being upgraded in this area at this time when you see that number. So traditionally, when you see the number 777, it can mean that you are being applauded from heaven. So you are being applauded. You've done something that your spirit guides and guardian angels are very, very proud of. And they want you to know that they're extremely proud of what you've done. So you've done something to just really impress them, and they're giving you an applause. But in terms of upgrade, when you see the number 777, it can mean that your chakras are starting to become more balanced. 7 represents the number of the chakras because we have 7 chakras. We have chakras that are above our head and below our feet, but within our body, we have 7 chakras. The chakras are basically energy centers in the body. They are located in your energy body that is inside of your physical body, along the spine, starting at its base and running upwards to the crown of your head. Each physical body part has a corresponding energy body part. The energy body cannot be seen or touched, which is also why we cannot see the chakras. And when you see that number, it can also mean that your chakras are becoming more balanced. They want you to find ways to ground yourself and to become more grounded. And if you can do this, this will help with the process and you will become more balanced. And in becoming more balanced, you will be more connected to heaven. You will be able to tap into those spiritual abilities that you have and connect into the spirit and the divine to get messages. And it can also mean that you're being upgraded to that level. You're becoming more grounded, you're becoming more balanced so that you can start to connect more to the spiritual world. So you're being upgraded to the point where you might start to receive messages from spirit, signs and symbols. Your clairs might start to become more developed. Clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance. All of these things might start to develop even more because your systems are being upgraded and your chakras and the energies within your chakras are being upgraded when you see this number. 888 often is the number that you see right before you get a large sum of money, right? Because 8 represents wealth and abundance. So I often will see 888 3 times. Okay, not just once, but I'll see it 3 times. And then after that, usually some large amount of money will just come into my account or will be given to me by the universe. It can also be a sign that you are infinite. Remember that you are infinitely connected to the source and to the energy of the source, and you are part of source yourself. And so whatever it is that you're going through, you will overcome this. You have so much power within you, and you will overcome whatever situation you are currently going through in your life. But in terms of being upgraded, if you're seeing 888, it can mean that your ability to start manifesting things is going to be greatly increased. So you're being upgraded in your ability to manifest things into the physical world. Your connection to the matrix and your connection to the Akashic records is being strengthened at this time. And maybe you're the type of person that lives in your head and you like to think about things, you like to dream about things, but you haven't really had the ability to manifest a lot of things into your physical reality. You know, you haven't been able to take those dreams from your head and bring it into your physical reality. But 8 is the number of doing that. 8 is the number of manifesting what you've always wanted into the physical. So if you're seeing 888, it could mean that you are being upgraded in this area and your ability to manifest things is being increased. Or it will be upgraded very, very soon in the future. So tune into this positive energy when you see this number and really just Be reminded of how powerful you are and all the power that is within you, because 8 is the number of power. And they want you to be reminded that you are a very powerful person. You are a very powerful being, and you have the ability to manifest whatever you want and whatever life you've always dreamed of. And you are being upgraded to realize this and to understand this about yourself even more. And you will finally see this and accept this about yourself in the coming future when you see this number. 9 is the last number in numerology, and it often represents transcendence and finality and endings and conclusions. So when you see this number, the traditional meaning is that something could be coming to an end. But in terms of an upgrade, it could mean that your old ways of thinking and your old ways of being are completely coming to an end, and you're going to be completely upgraded in the future. All of those old ways of being and old ways of thinking that have held you down in the past and have prevented you from having the life you've always wanted, those could all be coming to an end. And in a year from now, you probably won't even recognize your life. Your life will be that different. It will be so different that you won't even recognize it. So big changes are coming for you, and big upgrades are coming your way if you're seeing this number. 222 traditionally is the number that people will see right before they get into a relationship or they meet somebody that could potentially be, a future love or a long-term partnership. It can also mean to keep the faith, have faith in what it is that you want, have faith in the divine, have faith in yourself, keep the faith. But in terms of an upgrade, it usually does mean that your relationships are going to be upgraded. So your love life, your relationships with other people, this could be a partnership, somebody new coming into your life. This could be your friendships, your relationships with your family members, your relationships with your coworkers. You're being upgraded in all of these areas, and your relationships are going to get a lot better. This could be a sign that it will happen for you in the future, or that it's going to happen very, very soon for you. You're being upgraded in terms of love. You will start to see a huge influx of love and comfort, companionship come into your life. So keep the faith, because they want you to know that you have earned it. This is something you have earned. This is something you have worked hard for. You've been working hard on yourself, and now you're starting to manifest more love into your life. You've been loving yourself, and so now that is being projected out into your world. You might be attracting in the love of your life. You might be attracting in more loving friendships or more love from your friends and your family, because you're starting to have more love within yourself. And so you're being upgraded in your life, and you're going to start to see that out in your reality as a manifestation. 2 in numerology is often the number of love and companionship and partnership and teamwork. And finally, if you're seeing 111, 1 in numerology often represents a new beginning. It's the beginning of a stage or a cycle. So if you're seeing this number, it could mean that you are being upgraded with a new beginning. Something new is going to be starting for you. Something that maybe you could have never foreseen. And this could be a new beginning in anything. But it's going to be something that's going to be very positive, and it's going to have a big effect on you. And it's going to upgrade you and your life in many areas. So it will have an effect on, maybe this might be a new beginning in love or a new beginning at a career. But this is going to be an upgrade that will have a very positive effect on you and will affect all other areas of your life and all other aspects of your life as well. So basically, they're just trying to tell you that your upgrade is going to be happening in a brand new beginning, in a brand new cycle that's going to be starting for you. Traditionally, when we see 111, it can mean to stay positive, because you are the creator of your reality. All of your thoughts that you're thinking, everything that you believe to be true, whatever that is. At every single moment you are thinking that and believing that, you are creating your reality. You are creating, what happens to you next week and next month. Many times you will see this number when they want you to stay positive, to let you know that you really are creating your future. You are the one doing it. Nobody's doing it to you. You're doing it. You're the creator. you're the god of your own universe. And so, it can be a reminder to stay positive because you are so powerful. And they want you to remember how powerful you are. So let me know in the comments below which one of these numbers you have been seeing. Which one of these have you been seeing, and what does it mean to you? And what happens when you see that number? What are you thinking about when you see that number? Let us know in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with other people. I spend a lot of time making these videos, and you hitting the like button is completely free, and it really does support this channel more than you will ever know. And I would love to have you subscribe and to become part of the family. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're not following me on Instagram, then you're really missing out because I do post other content on there, other videos that I don't post on YouTube, I post on Instagram. So go find me on Instagram and follow me there. I'll put all that information below in the description box. If you want to book a reading with me, I'll leave that information below in the description box as well. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.